Flight jackets are going to be racket for the shrapnel fast happening. Post facto, the impending mind blow in a few minutes. You're going to look slow compared to what you now know. Let's throw. Talking about taking an object, propelling it in a direction, making it happen with the arm. All right, people, I'm just going to animate. It's just going to happen. I'm going to talk about what I'm thinking, and then I'm going to post the doggone video. Let's do it to it, FlashBepler style. So you want to take an object, maybe a rock, maybe a delicious bouldery thing, possibly a stick. You never know. Could be anything, really. How do you draw a leaf? Oh, yeah. Nope. Yeah, there you go. And you want to throw it that way, right? Well. People are not such simple things. It requires a very complex set of motions. You gotta take the arm back, right? You gotta bend it at the elbow. You gotta get this at the farthest point of leverage from the shoulder joint. Then you gotta follow through. You gotta give yourself a big sweeping motion. Imagine a baseball pitcher who's standing on the mound, right? He's got his arms up and he's ready to go. He's eyeing the bad guys, and he's thinking, I'm gonna throw this ball so fast that I break the sound barrier. And then what does he do? What does he do? He doesn't just go, huh, like a piddly little, I'm throwing the baseball. No. This guy, right? He turns his body into a massive lever. He gets his leg up in the air. Okay, he's standing like this, and then he's winding up, right? Got that baseball. His leg isn't in the air for no reason. Okay, he's turning his body into a massive rubber band, and he's trying to get the baseball to the pitcher's mound as fast as possible. So let's do something like that. You got a human man or a human woman. Oh. Now what's she gonna do? Right? She's gonna try and get a stick. How about a copper pipe? That looks good. And throw it in this sort of direction just as fast as she can. Well, it's not just gonna happen by accident. All right, there's a lot of steps that have to be taken. So let's get a ground plane going on. Little of this. You know what? Forget that. Let's do it by the books. One of these, some of that. Oh, glory, yeah. Oh boy. And then little of that action. Sweet. And we're gonna take all this good stuff, copy that, select all, delete, paste, little full action, some of that, but that. Oh, okay. I'm starting to see where the camera is going. I'm starting to understand the focal length of the perceived lens that's happening in the 2D environment. Next layer. Lock the first one. Get rid of all these frames. Don't need them. Starting off frame 1. Fresh, delicious. What color? Thinking pink. Thinking maybe a pinky fuchsia. I don't know. We'll see what my heart desires. Oh, not an eraser, but a line. Yeah. That's golden. Okay. All right. So here she is. Okay. Right there. Got some hips on there. A little bit of casual stance. Some kneecaps. Pop them in. No. Not those bigs of calves. And some feetsies. Oh my goodness. It's like the body's taking shape right on your very FlashBepler YouTube channel eyes. And there you go. How's it gonna... No. Yeah. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, is this a figure drawing tutorial or is this a throwing tutorial? And to that I say, it's a throwing tutorial. So don't judge me on the former. Oh, never save your documents. You know why? Because Animate CC is the most stable program in all of 2017. Yeah, you heard me say it. It is a program that is not only stable in dangerous situations, but mundane ones as well, okay? And you can take my word on that. You can take that to Adobe Bank and say, sir, I've lost all my documents, and it seems as though I'm going to need some new ones. Can you help me out? And they'll say, well, do you have the FlashBepler insurance? And then you'll say, I've got it right here. And then you link to this video. All right, things are looking pretty good. There. She's ready to throw. Bingo. What she got? Copper pipe. No. Yeah. Alright. So let's do a little time-lapse animation right up until the moment when she's about to throw. I'm just gonna do a little classy toss it in the air and catch it real quick. Okay? And we go. All right. I think it's coming along quite nicely. Here we go. From the beginning. Let's see what we're looking at here. So looks down at it, does a little throw it in the air, and then he's getting ready. And I think it is in this moment that it's time to stop time lapsing and talk about what's going on in a little bit of detail. So as an individual, this individual, she, gets ready to hurl this copper pipe that way. Well, that way, towards the lens. She has to do a lot of things. First of all, she has to turn her body into a big ol' lever. Well, a big ol' slingshot, a trebuchet. Not a trebuchet. I don't know how you'd call it, but a thing that has leverage, right? So you can take a fulcrum here, right there, and then if you want it to go farther faster, right, like you move the fulcrum over here, and then you put force there, and you get huge amounts of leverage there. If you have it here, and you put the same amount of force there, you're going to get an equal amount of force on that side. But if you tip the scale in your favor, right, if you extend your throwing arm all the way out here, and your center of mass is like here, well, look what we got here. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of leverage. Okay? And so a human can't really do that very easily because of the shape of a human. But if you would like to do it, you can position your body in such a way that you offset, like, from where you're standing to where your back arm is going to be. I haven't finished animating this yet, but when I do, you'll see. So first, we had to get some distance back to make some room. Otherwise, she just wouldn't have been in the right position to catch the stick. This part's not really all that important to the tutorial, but what comes next is key. So get it up in the air, give it a little bit of backspin. That's implied. This side is the same as this side. So if you think about that, there's just some frames missing because I'm animating on like 4s. Well, I'm animating on 1s, but it's at 7 FPS right now, just for viewing, like that. So there's like a couple missing motions, but your brain can figure it out. Like the hand whipped out here. Oh, I actually want that. That's a good little trail right there. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll remake it. Oh, it's not as good as that first one. I'll never get that first one back. Sweet. And there's an implied, like a thing right here. Copper pipe. But there's not enough frames to show that. So that'll do. Anyway, she gets it up in the air. There. It's got some backspin on it. And all of the next set of body motions are just getting prepared to catch the thing and then turn herself into a big old slingshot. So, this foot had to get back. Yeah, I do want to make notes. This foot had to get back in order to, plant it so that she could spring herself forward and land in this awkward position. This is weird, okay? And the only way to keep her from falling this direction is to move that center mass from where it is now to directly above where this foot is going to plant on the ground. And the only way to get that to happen is to bring this leg out here, okay? So the final pose is going to be like this. Bam, foot is way out here, arm is way out here, and then this arm is like back. So, you know, the arm that he's getting ready to throw. She's gonna swing it that way. Let me get a few more frames down, and this will actually make a lot more sense. So here, hold up. Time lapse. Welcome back. I've done a few things. Still a ways left to go, but you can pretty much see every key component of this whole thing. So, okay, let's just analyze this. Let's do a few markings, right? Bepler style. Okay. Get this at a 1.9. 1.9. All right. So, you might be thinking to yourself, holy moly, that's he skipped a lot of he did a lot in time lapse. Now I did, and that's true, but I'm gonna talk about it. So, once it's caught, all right, it's time to enter critical moment number 1. We gotta get this thing as far over here as possible. You've seen a whip, you know, Indiana Jones style, with the little bull tail at the end, however it's called. That thing can break the speed of sound, 768 miles per hour. Okay, that's pretty stinking fast. You ever driven your car 80 miles an hour? Just imagine doing that 14 times over. Well, yeah, that's how many? I wonder how many it is. No, it doesn't matter. There's no time for math. It's a FlashBepler tutorial. You got this thing going so fast because if you remember the waving motion tutorial, this is just a bunch of segments, right? There's a segment here, segment here, segment here, segment here, and even a little segment here. Okay, you can imagine this as like straight rigid objects connected by pivoting joints. Now, while this first one isn't going the speed of sound, it's going at some root of it, like the 5th root if there's 5 joints. So, you know, you move this one 20 miles an hour with your hand, and then it gets amplified here because of something. You know, there's physics in here happening. I'm not sure how it, well, I know how it works, but I don't understand the language behind it. I just know that it does work. So, if you turn your body into a big old whip by getting this thing as far over here as possible, and then pulling it by as many joints as possible, you can create this huge amount of leverage, or mechanical advantage maybe. I'm not sure how it's called, but I know this is how it works. So this guy, in this moment, he's this massive thing. This foot, I don't think it's even on the ground yet, right? No, it hasn't even touched the ground. So everything, it starts at the tippy toe, 1. It's gonna go up into his knee, somewhere in here, and then that's 2. And then you go to the hip, and then the shoulder, and the elbow, and the arm, and then ultimately the tip of the copper pipe. Look at all of that, right? It's huge. And he's gonna snap it this way as fast as possible by contorting his body, or her body, you know, and then you're gonna take it and swing it like that. Instantly. You brought the tip of this from over here all the way to, had to kind of draw a bunch of them, but I guess best case scenario, when it's still in the hand, all the way over here. That's pretty fast, right? And all they had to do was crunch their core muscles and crunch their bicep and their quads. Everything crunch all the time. So when you got people throwing stuff, here, let me get another example. Oh yeah. Oh, this is glory right here. Okay. All right. Let's look at frames 1700 to 1900. Okay, we're just gonna do a quick little peekaronsky. Don't you hate it when it's either 100 or 200, but you want 150? Yeah, me too. So what's he gonna do, right? He's coming here, gets it, brings it all the way back, and flings it all the way forward. And then the viscera, okay? the guts. It's beauty. But the only way that he could create such viscera is by turning his whole body into, yep, you guessed it, a big old lever. Or a whip. And then, oh yeah, you could. He even looks like a whip. Here's the handle, and then just like that, and bam. And when you do that and you animate it, you get this lovely effect. And I think I do it one more time later. Oh yeah. Well, not that. That's a spinny whippy, but right here. So what layer is that on? Clear that out. Here it comes. Okay. Comes it, grabs it all the way back. Nah, this one. This is the one that I'm so happy about. Okay, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's gonna grab it. What's he gonna do? He's gonna plant that foot down. You can't really tell, but this foot is actually planted on the ground on that frame only. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Here we go. Here we go. So he's in the air. He's in the air, just like she is. Ready? Watch. Watch. There's gonna be some slippage. Sorry, I'm on the wrong frame. Here's where I was talking about. Let's just take all that, move it over there. There's gonna be some slippage. Ready? Slip. That's because there's a very tiny gap between the foot and the ground. Right now, this whole person is in the air, and then right there, plant down, or it's there. So you're in the air. You're in the air. And then suddenly, boom, plant down. And then here's the back of the whip. Here's the base of the whip. Up to the knee, up to the waist, up to the shoulder. Whippy whip. Look, I even draw it like a whip. A whip. And then you fling it. Bam. To the face. What happens next? Catch the bullet, run forward. Alright, the last one. Same exact thing. Unbelievable. He even uses his leg. He's going full baseball. Look at this right here. I animated exactly what I'm animating here, just as if the camera was over here and looking at it like that. You know? You can see he gets that baseball pitcher leg in there, right? Oh, he brings it up like nobody's business for a very good reason. Because he needs to balance his body in a way that he can get the arm as far away from possible as the foot while still being able to throw it in a level way. You know, you can stand upright and get your arm really far away from your foot. However, if you try and then turn this whole thing into a lever, what you're going to end up doing it, you push that way, circular motion, you let go here, it's just going to hit the ground. Right, and then you're going to end up falling on your stomach. But if you do it in a way where you're standing up like this, you got one leg in the air, one leg in the air, and then you got one on here, and you bend yourself backwards like this, when you swing, you can release it horizontally and throw your copper pipe straight instead of down. Boom. So now, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more fine-tuning. Come back when it's looking good. Well, not really come back. To you, it's going to be instant. But to me, it takes many, many minutes. So, alright, it's looking clean. Alright, it's looking pretty slick. I think I'm done doing this skeleton. This is all you're gonna see in this tutorial. But let me fix it up. Let me show you the process of fixing it up. So right now I put it back on 30. So that's crazy. Get my doubles in here. Let's see what we're dealing with here. So I would start a little long. Look down. Lengthen that. A little bit extra here. Okay, now for the action. Obviously, always lean into stuff slowly. And speed up. Quick flip, or quick flick on the backspin of the copper pipe right there. Maybe a little bit of a delay right before the backspin, or right before the quick flick, so you have a lead up and then a quick drop off, as if you were viewing time and motion on a graph. And now, quick flip. Pretty much every frame of the staff in the air has to be triples, so it doesn't look weird, because I was watching it at 7 FPS. Okay, so now that we're into the actual, breadth of it, let's see. I want to have it obviously get fast here, but I think it's going to have to get really slow right up until that moment. So 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 10. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wasn't even counting, I swear. I just slammed the key down. Okay, let's see how this looks on 30. Oh, Adobe Animate CC, canvas rotation. I actually utilized it for the first time ever. Oh wow, I even got it back to 0 perfectly. Hey, if anybody knows how to get canvas rotation back to 0 with a hotkey, let me know, because I cannot figure it out. There doesn't seem to be any sort of obvious way to do that. Here. Now he looks down too fast. She looks down too fast. She. Okay. Oh, there was something a little wiki-whack right in there. So I don't want that frame. In fact, that should probably be triple. If we make that 4 and that 4 and then that 2. Bingo! Ease in a little better. That's fast is the problem. And that needs to be 4. I like it. I love it. Except it's that. It shouldn't be so slow. Beauty. Normally I would add one more frame in here. Ah, why the heck not? Let's add another frame. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah. I think that's pretty good for my first tutorial in a year and a half. If there's anything that you found confusing, just download this FLA if you have Adobe Animate and watch it over and over. If you look carefully, you can see every mechanic that I described. The whole, balancing. Then you go whip. And then the fling. And you should be able to get the gist of it. Alright, my name is FlashBepler. And see me next time where I turn this into a fully fleshed out, full body character. Actually, before I go, this might be bothering somebody out there. It is bothering me, that's for sure. I want to take this, paste it, grab this, get rid of all this noise. I gotta do this because it's killing me. Select all frames, break it all up, and make every stroke. There's mixed in here? When did I use a brush, Flash? When in this entire video did I use a brush? Oh, no. There's one symbol. I double symboled. Triple symboled? Triple symboled. Alright, we're gonna put this to hairline. Put it back to that. Put it all on one. So everything is the same thickness. Oh, yeah. Maybe without the grid floor. Alright. So yeah, next tutorial. I'll full body it and show you how to color the clothing, how to put hair on. You know, the whole shebang. The FlashBepler wazoo. I'll catch you on the flip side. Out! Now how do I stop recording in OBS?